TitleMatchNetwork.com.
What about memories of Curry when Curry came in? Any good Curry Von Erich stories?
You know, Gary to me was a strange individual with regard to defining him. I don't mean strange as in a weirdo or something. I mean, he's big-hearted guy, affable, cordial. But I didn't think that he was the brightest guy in the world. So he could say, I laughed at it practically all the time because to me I thought he was so goofy. You know, he'd say something that was just didn't make a lick of sense, you know. To me, you know.
As a manager starting out, not even trying to become a manager in the beginning as a worker, but who's like kind of guys you looked at pattern yourself after as managers? Anybody or?
Yeah, I think I wanted to be a combination of Armand Hussein and Gary Hart. And I think Gary Hart really epitomizes what a manager was like. He was shrewd, he was slick, he was cool, and he was a natural heel, you know. But then he could do a promo and make sense, be very intelligent, business-like, and he just made you believe that he knew that he was a manager of wrestlers. I was very much influenced and impacted by him. His teachings, and encouragements, and philosophies impacted my career.
Did you have to watch any tapes of any old school managers, I guess, to prepare for your gimmick at all, besides those two?
I never watched tapes. Well, you have to understand, you know, I mentioned earlier, it was hard to grow up now in the Dallas-Fort Worth area and not be hooked on, I think what they call it, main event wrestling. You know, that was world class. Right. It became world class.
The Sportatorium.
Yeah. The Von Erichs, Fritz Von Erich was a household name, in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And so, you know, Gary Hart was there.
And this is still even before the big run with the kids.
Oh yeah, the kids.
Right, kids were in the 80s.
Yeah, the kids. I think Kevin started out in 78.
And David was before that too, wasn't he?
David was after that, 79.
He was 79.
Yeah, so see, by the end, I was a 10-year wrestling fan because I think I started in 68. So 78 when Kevin started. Yeah.
Were you there at all when the Von Erichs would come into the territory?
I think Kevin came.
Okay.
But it had to be Kevin, yeah, because I think David passed in 84, and I went there in 86.
And Mike was sick.
Yeah, so Kevin came, yeah.
What are your memories of Kevin? Was he...
Nice guy. Almost sort of like a loner. I mean, he didn't bother anybody. He was nice. And he came in, did his job, you know, and he was kind of, you know.
A little out there.
Yeah, a little out there. Let's put it like that. Yeah.
Would be, how did you get into the wrestling business?
Well, I started in San Antonio for Joe Blanchard, Southwest Promotions. And from there, Rick Stewart, he worked for Joe Blanchard, and then he went to work in their office for Bob Geigel. And then I started there. And then from there, I went to the WWF.
Now, were you a wrestling fan growing up?
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Fort Worth, Texas.
So were you pretty much a wrestling fan growing up too all your life?
Well, yeah, I guess so. You might say, yeah.
So you always had a goal of being in the business then, right?
Really, no, I didn't. By happenstance that I wound up in the business. business. Other goals that I had that were a little slow in materializing, and just so fate took me by way of the business.
Right. Were you ever trained as a wrestler early on in your career?
Yes.
Who actually trained you?
Believe it or not, I can't remember the guy's name. Actually, his name is Ron Ellis. He used to work for the Von Erichs.
Okay.
And other guys. It's been so long, man. It's
right.
25 years ago. But that's how I got started.
Were you a fan of the Fritz Von Erich and that whole Texas Dallas wrestling scene growing up?
Yeah, anybody who grew up in the Metroplex from during that era. I got a little age on me, and the Von Erichs were. Fritz was really big. I think I first got into wrestling in '68.
Wow.
As a kid, a young kid.
How crazy was the drug scene back then? Because a lot of the guys that we did interviews with said the travel was crazy, and that we did one with Piper, and Piper was talking about doing uppers and downers, and just crazy because of the planes cross country everywhere.
I stayed away from that. I think if you ask anybody, my record is clean. And and I think I mentioned it this to you earlier. I never traveled with anybody.
Right.
I stayed to myself because I couldn't take a chance on riding with a guy and he's got some
extracurricular activity going on.
Yeah. I didn't know whether I wanted to say extracurricular activity, but some strange substance. And so I tell you what, I won't call any names, but I actually saw this happen where at the United States Customs, somebody put some drugs in somebody else's bag.
Just as a rib?
Set him up.
No, they wasn't. They didn't. Well, I don't think he called himself setting him up. He just didn't want to get caught with them.
Uh-huh.
And he thought he's gonna. I don't know what he thought. I really don't know. But I've seen that happen. Yeah.
Watch thousands of exclusive shoot interviews right now on TitleMatchNetwork.com.
TitleMatchNetwork.com